Hello everybody and welcome. Today is Wednesday and that means that we do our Wednesday weekly Q&A session with me, Jill Ortiz, your coach and fitness professional on everything 40 plus. Fitness, nutrition, hormones, changes in your body, stubborn belly fat, getting a six pack, getting defined arms, all the things. You're in the right place. And today I'm going to answer some of your questions that you have asked about all these things. And so if it is your first time and you've just joined my empowered fitness community for women 40 plus who are looking to get energized, confident, and strong, we do this every single Wednesday at noon Eastern. I live in South Florida. And if you're just getting here, I'd love to know if this is your first time or if you've seen a lot of these, if you watch every Wednesday, and where you're tuning in from. And so I'm happy to have you here. And so we're going to go through when you join this group, whether it was for the upcoming Triplethreat challenge, which we start on Sunday, which I'm going to answer questions about, or if you've been here for a while, or if you joined because you saw one of my Facebook ads talking about my Empowered Fitness Mastery Coaching Program. I'm so happy to have you here. Hi, Carrie. I see Carrie's on. And so I bring you motivation, I bring you knowledge, and I bring you opportunity to take action. And I also offer you a free opportunity when you come into my world or when you're ready to take advantage of what I call a game plan call. And I've included the link to my schedule, my calendar in this post so that you can set up your game plan call with me. And that's my opportunity to get to know you. I'm always on this side of the camera. I'm always talking to you as a group, but I really love to have personal connections with the people that I'm trying to help. I don't want you banging your head against the wall, trying to get results and maybe getting frustrated. I rather just hear exactly what you're going through and offer you solutions that you can start with to get yourself going in the right direction. So definitely go ahead and book that game plan call if you have not had one yet. And I also included the link to sign up for the Triplethreat challenge. And that is a 1-week challenge. It starts this Sunday, goes from Sunday to Sunday, and you have the opportunity to work out with me live, or if you're not available at 7 a.m. Eastern on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, they're short 15-minute workouts for arms, abs, and glutes, but you can do them on the replay anytime between Monday and the next Sunday, which will be September 1st, when those workouts come down. And so the objective of that challenge is for you to start building a little bit of consistency, try something new, learn something about what's going to be working for you these days and what's no longer going to be working. It's an opportunity for you to get to know me, my teaching style, my personality, see if you think I have information that would be worth getting. And then we can maybe have a conversation afterwards too. And you can take advantage of my next steps challenges that are coming up. And so the Triplethreat challenge, again, it will happen in this group, okay? So whether you sign up or not, you're going to be here. You're going to have the opportunity to do the workouts, to see me and all the stuff. But what I like is for you to sign up so that, number one, you get the workbook that we're going to be using via email. And you start getting going on the freebies in there, and that you're getting my emails so that you know when things are happening and that you have all of the information. You'll also get a text message saying, don't forget, we're starting, and all that stuff. And so definitely sign up. I want to know who's doing it. We're going to have opportunities for gift cards and all kinds of fun stuff. So you're going to take a lot away from this small free challenge. And people are always like, are you sure it's free? Is that too good to be true? Yes, it can be completely free for you. You just show up, you do the workouts, you learn the stuff, you take advantage of the workbook and all of the free resources that are linked in there. But I do have a couple of add-on options to enhance your experience. And so one of them is going to be access to the workouts lifetime, right? Forever. And so while I'll be teaching them in this Facebook group, I will be taking them down after 1 week. If I don't take them down, then people will not do them. They will just procrastinate forever. If you give people a deadline, they will get them done. And so that's number one, is to stop procrastinating in your journey, because that is going to be the worst killer for you. The other thing is that if you do them on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, guess what? You have time to do them Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You can do them as many times as you want within that week. But if you do have conflicts, or you love them and you want to have them forever, I suggest you take advantage of the lifetime access. It's only $14. It's very cheap, and it's worth way more than that. And so you can have those forever 15-minute workouts, 3 of them, arms, abs, and glutes. And the other add-on is that when you do add on that, you can also add on 2 bonus workouts, which are total body workouts. So you could have 3 workouts plus 2 more, so that's 5 workouts. You could definitely do them twice during this 1-week period and see some incredible changes and feel that shift in momentum. That's the big thing. This is not going to give you some major total body transformation in 1 week on its own, but it will get you momentum and going in the right direction and getting the incentive to keep going. You can actually make a total body transformation in this 1 week, though, if you add the second add-on, which is an option to add on my 5-day Kickstart Cleanse. And that is going to help you lose pounds and bloat. And if you do start building muscle, or if you've had muscle underneath all that time, but just a layer of fat over it, you're going to see that within 1 week. And so that's a really great add-on. Again, it is very cheap. It is only $17. Both of these things are usually around $50. So I say take advantage, go ahead, grab them, and enjoy the experience to the fullest. It is just 1 week of your life. It is not that much time each day, so you got to take advantage and go for it. So I will be encouraging you all week to sign up for that. In the meantime, I would like to see what's going on with you all. If you have a question for me, feel free to ask it in the comments below. Hi, Elizabeth, Nikki, Bernadette. It's nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Go ahead and ask me any questions about your journey, anything you're curious about my journey. I have people ask me about my journey all the time, and I'm happy to answer those. Let me get to some questions right off the bat so that you can hear maybe what other people have asked and get some thoughts about what you might want to ask. If you don't like to ask in public, go ahead, use the link, schedule a game plan call with me, and you and I can go over intimately what's going on with you and how we can start getting you going in the right direction. So, okay, the first question is, Lynn asks, do I start exercising right after I eat? Ugh. Well, I will tell you something. As a soccer mom, I now have to start cooking dinner at like 4:30 in the evening because my kids have soccer at 6 and 6:30. And if they ate and went right to soccer and started running around, I don't think that would sit in their bellies very well. And so I would say give yourself some time. If you are, let's say you are a morning worker outer, right? Some people like to have a little bit to eat. Some people don't need it. I personally take a pre-workout supplement. And so that's just like a bottle of water with some red stuff in it, fruit punch pre-workout. That gives me some sugar, some caffeine, some energy to get going when I'm not ready to start eating. But if I had, let's say, my workouts are only like 30 minutes maybe, especially when my kids start coming in trying to kick me out and they want to work out in here too now. But if I was going to do like an hour-long workout, or if I'm going to play a round of golf, I make sure that I eat, because you can definitely be running out of your glycogen stores, your calories that you have in there to burn if you don't eat something. So maybe like a protein bar, or a little bit of fruit, or a handful of nuts, or something small might give you the energy to get through a workout. But if you're eating a big meal, then I would say give it time. There was a time when I was teaching classes at the gym at night, a few nights a week, and at first I was like, I gotta make sure I eat at least an hour before I teach. And then I was like, okay, I need to eat like 2 hours before I teach, because it was not sitting well in my stomach. So that will be a personal preference. It's good to have some fuel in you to use for your workouts, but don't eat a massive meal and then just go start working out. Again, personal preference. Okay. Another question that came up is how to control calories. So that's very interesting. So for those of you who aren't aware, hi Susan, I teach 5 different frameworks for nutrition In both my Empowered Fitness Mastery coaching program, which is a comprehensive program, we start with a 3-month minimum commitment to each other. We have personal coaching calls, and we also do my workout programs. And I teach you as many of these 5 nutrition frameworks as we need during that time, whether you're somebody who likes to learn a lot of tools or if you want to stick to something that's working for a while before you learn something new. So not every framework requires you to know how many calories you eat in a day or control how many calories. That's a very specific to each person kind of thing. And for me personally, I generally don't like to track calories. There's a time when I was tracking calories. There's a time when I was going by portions. And right now I'm doing a 16-week commitment to the calorie counting. I don't count calories all day long. I make a plan at the beginning of the week, and I know it hits my calories, and then I just eat whatever was on the menu. That's a very simple way to do it without having to feel like you're constantly paying attention or controlling calories. But having the knowledge of how many calories you need in a day, right? There's an equation for that. There's a mathematical equation. Knowing how do those calories get split out. We have three what we call macronutrients that can make up your calories. It's either fat, protein, or carbs. And then there's one sneaky one called alcohol, which I'd rather you not have too much of, maybe 1 drink a week, maybe 2. And so it's, how do I know how many calories do I need? How do I know how to split those calories? And that's one of the frameworks I teach, is a macros program that I created called Foods for Fat Loss. But there's other programs, other frameworks that don't require you to know your exact calories. Some of them are intuitive. Some of them are listening to your body. Some of them are portions without having to know how many calories are in that portion, right? So somebody said the other day, don't you have to eat like your fist? Like, yeah, that's a good eyeball of like a protein serving, right? Maybe 5-6 ounces. I don't know, how much is my hand weigh? I'm not sure. You don't have to know exactly, but if you know that about a handful fills you up, then maybe that's a good measure for you, right? And so how to control that is going to be knowing your framework. What framework are you following? Do you have to know calories? Do you not have to know? But what are the guidelines that you're following? And that's why I teach 5 different frameworks for different people, for different times in your life. If you get bored, if you get, plateau. And so you may not need control over them, but in order to control them, you would need to know the rules of the game that you've decided to play, okay? The next question is, why do I always sabotage myself, and what do I do to avoid it? Now, sabotage, I feel like generally people are talking about food. Hi, Becky. Hi, Lisa. When it comes to sabotage, I think generally what people are saying is, I try not to eat too much. I try to eat just salad all day long. But at the end of the day, I sabotage and I start eating a lot of cookies and ice cream and chips and crackers and cheese and everything that I can find. And I think what's happening, and this is in my, I have a really great training called Breaking the Barrier, and it's the 5 things that contribute to weight gain as opposed to weight loss, or it's the 5 keys to successful weight loss and breaking through that barrier of yo-yoing and plateauing and sabotage. And one of the things I talk about is that if we're trying to white knuckle it through a day and we're trying so hard to restrict ourselves, then it's kind of like you're pulling back the bungee of like a, what do you call those things? Slingshot, right? A slingshot. And it's like you're pulling back, and you're pulling back. And it's getting so tight that as far as you pull back, that is how your water balloon is gonna fly, right? And so the more you try to restrict yourself, the more you're gonna end up going overboard. So what if we live a life without restriction? What if we look at life and food and say, let's enjoy it. Let's fill our day with tons of food. I ate a very nice big breakfast. My son JJ, when he was writing his breakfast order on the fridge today for me, he wrote, I want a banana, and I want pumpkin bread, and I want one scrambled egg. I'm like, this is a good breakfast. This kid's gonna be fueled, right? He's gonna be fueled. Then he did his workout and he did all these things. He knew he needed to replenish. And my other kid ate like a quarter of a watermelon. And he knew it would fuel him through until lunch when he get to eat again. And so you have to know that if you are filling your day with lots of good foods, deliciousness, and tons of nutrients, and you don't feel hungry at the end of a meal because you ate enough, then you're not going to sabotage yourself at the end of the day. And if you're doing a lot of the right things and you have the accountability and the coaching and the support and the framework and the guideline and the plan, then it's a lot easier to say no to things. And I had the example the other day. My husband and my kids were going to go out for ice cream, and I had a call with a prospective client, and I said, you know what? And at first I said, here, wait for me. I'll be done at 8. And then I said, you know what? I don't need ice cream. You guys go ahead. Go ahead without me. I'll be fine here. I'll just make myself a protein shake when I'm done. And so my husband's texting me while I'm on the call. Are you sure you don't want anything? Are you sure you don't want anything? And I was like, no, I'm good. Because in my head, I'm saying, okay, so I have the choice of either fat and sugar, right? So that's fat and carbs. Or I have the opportunity to choose something that is protein and lots of nutrients. They're going to be equally as filling. They're pretty much the same flavors, right? A chocolate shake, I could put some peanut butter in versus chocolate ice cream with peanut butter in it. And it's the same thing. So making that choice was easier for me because I had been satisfied all day. I'd been feeding myself healthy and I was focused on my goals. Plus I have social media and clients and everybody who's following my journey for accountability, and I'm taking pictures every Sunday and I'm weighing myself. And so, so that's what it takes to avoid the sabotage. Having a really good plan, not trying to restrict yourself. And it's the same thing for exercise, right? If you say to yourself, okay, I start Monday. Every day I'm going to run 5 miles at 4 a.m. before work. That is very extreme. And your sabotage is going to come on the weekend when you say, screw this, I'm not doing this again. And then on Monday, you're like, oh, that was much better when I was laying in my bed sleeping than when I was running at 4 a.m. So I'm just not going to do that anymore. It's too extreme. But if we can find something that's enjoyable and works within our lifestyle, then we won't feel the need to sabotage by quitting, okay? All right, so Tina wants to know, what causes weight gain? She says the weight gain. The weight gain is caused by many things. And generally, what people will say is weight gain is caused by eating in excess, eating in surplus, right? So we burn a number of calories in a day with what we do in terms of activity. We burn calories based on our body's makeup. So although I am heavier than many women, my height, right? It's because I have a makeup of muscle. And so my body burns, and it's like an incinerator, an inferno. And so because I do a lot of weightlifting, and so my body burns a lot of calories all day. So I need to fuel my body with more calories, right? And so there's this tipping point where it becomes so many excess calories that it's more than my body needs and it stores as fat, right? But at the same time, you can also gain weight if your body is not getting enough calories, right? So it doesn't mean that if you eat less, you are going to lose more weight, because what happens is our metabolism is that equalizer. And so I have a great metabolism. It metabolizes the calories that come in. It uses them well because I have a very healthy body. It knows how to use calories. If somebody is way under eating, then their body is not going to be burning all those calories. It's going to say, whoa, we don't know if we're getting enough food. So we got to slow things down. So we got to store this as fat, right? Because we don't know if we're getting enough. So the metabolism slows. So even though they're eating less and they have a calorie, what we say deficit, if that deficit is too much, then you're not going to lose weight. You're going to lose a lot of muscle mass and you're going to be exhausted, but you're probably going to end up shifting to more body fat, right? So you could lose weight, you could starve yourself to death. But another big thing that causes weight gain, especially once we hit 40, is stress, right? And so stress causes the release of hormones, especially cortisol, which is we call it cortisol belly. It's like a belly growth hormone. And so if we're constantly releasing cortisol, then that is going to cause weight gain. And that is what we address in much of the programming that I do for my clients who are 40 plus. And so we need to learn how to manage stress. And there's so many different kinds of stress, from mental stress, physical stress on our bodies, right? Too much working out, not enough movement, too many calories, not enough calories, too many carbs, not enough carbs, all the things. So we have to find that really great balance and do the right things, because when the body gets out of balance and out of whack, that's when we see weight gain. Lack of sleep can cause the cortisol levels to go up. Blood sugar spikes can cause cortisol levels to go up. There's so many things. So you have to start gaining this education. And that's what I do, especially in my menopausal metabolism reboot program. Is a really great foundation. If you're interested in that, just drop reboot below and I'll get you information on that. But that's going to help you understand why you're gaining weight. Okay. Next question is actually Belinda. So this is an interesting question. She asked, when will menopause start and end for me? So for those of you who are just new to this hormonal change process, we call premenopause when your hormones are starting to change, but your cycle has not stopped, right? Then we have perimenopause, when your cycle becomes irregular. You stop getting your period, but it has not been 12 months that you have not had it, right? You haven't skipped your cycle for 12 months. Menopause is the day that 12 months has passed since you got your last period. So track that, right? No, when was it? Because when that 12th month hits, that's when you have hit menopause. And then all the time after that is called postmenopause. And it's different for everybody. I can't tell you exactly when it's going to start and when it's going to end. Nobody can tell you that. But you can get hormone levels checked and you can see, what's going on if you like. But really what's important is whether you're premenopause, perimenopause, postmenopause, is that you have to understand what's happening in your body during that time and how it's going to affect your mood, your body, your energy, all the things, because it is devastating when you have no idea and these things start happening and all of a sudden you have hot flashes and you have night sweats and you can't sleep and you have mood swings and everything just seems off, and then you start gaining weight very rapidly. If you had no idea why and you don't know what's coming, doctors are not really there to tell you about your lifestyle changes. That's what a menopausal metabolism coach can do for you. But they're going to get very medicine-y, doctor-y, hormone replacement-y, that kind of stuff for the most part. But, it's hard to say how much time it's going to. Some people have no idea they're going through it, right? And so I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but I can tell you I'm here for you, and I can help you understand what's going to be happening and what changes you need to be making in your lifestyle to make it easier and to make it more enjoyable. Okay. Let's take one more question because I've got a coaching call coming up with one of my clients. Let's see. Deborah asks, what's the secret? Let's do two more questions. The secret to success is consistency, 100%. You don't have to be perfect. I ate a hamburger with no bun, but I ordered onion rings yesterday. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be eating only salad. You don't have to give up onion rings. You can eat things that you love, but you have to be consistent with the good choices the majority of the time. And I would say 80% is enough to help you see consistent change. 90% is going to get you some really dramatic transformation. 95% will get you on a bikini competition stage. 100% is probably going to get you winning those competitions. But anything under that 80% is probably going to keep you in either maintenance or you're going to be going in the opposite direction. Consistency is key. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to be doing the right things most of the time in order to see that change. Okay, last question. I want to answer two more. Debbie wants to know what foods will get the weight off. Whole foods, not packaged crap, not marketing crap that says net carbs, keto, sugar-free, fat-free. All those things have extra chemicals to make up for the fact that they don't have sugar, but they still taste sweet, and they don't have fat, but they still somehow make a dressing with no fat. But what's in it? What is it? Because to me, dressing is oil and vinegar and spices, right? But what's in it if there's no fat, right? I don't know. Something chemically, right? So eat whole foods, organic when possible, and eat balanced. Don't try to skip food groups. And I can teach you more about that if you join my Empowered Fitness Mastery program and we go through our frameworks, or if you want to do a coaching, nutrition only. If you have your fitness all set and you just want nutrition coaching, ask me about a nutrition coaching package and we can do that. It's 3 calls, 45 minutes. You can spread them out over time. Okay, 2 minutes left, so one more question. Marwa wants to know, how do I get rid of belly fat easily and permanently? Nutrition. Nutrition is going to get rid of fat. Building more muscle in your body is going to help you get rid of that fat, but you have to have the nutrition in order. Permanency is going to come down to consistency and change, right? The body is smart. It knows how to adjust to what you're doing so that it's not changing. The body wants to stay the same. So if you're doing things that are going to help you lose weight, your body's going to try to counter that. And so you have to change your approach often. In nutrition, you have to change things up. In your fitness, you have to change things up. And you have to keep progressing forward, making changes, trying new things. And you have to have enjoyment so that you're consistent. That's how you're going to keep it off forever. Thank you so much. If you didn't get to watch the whole thing, go back, start over. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Becky. I think I already said hi, Becky. Go back, watch this again. If you want to go back and watch other Q&A sessions, they're organized in a guide. If you are struggling, I have 4 people in a row, Tammy, Belinda, Teresa, and Debbie, who all said that motivation is holding them back in their journey here. Number 1, book that call with me. I will help you with motivation. My clients will tell you that. Number 2, there's another guide in this group, and it's called Motivation Monday Chats. Number 1, show up for them every week and let me know you're there. Number 2, go binge watch those, because those are going to help you understand what it takes to get motivated. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Sign up for the Triple Threat Challenge if you hadn't, and invite your friends to sign up too. Okay? Bye.